All right, we are broadcasting live on the Pro Business Channel Studio Network here in Atlanta with our $1 Million Buckhead view, and alongside Neil Howe. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Rich. Looking forward to talking about some fitness, and I see some food in front of me as well. So I'm really excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Just in case you're hungry, we got you covered, and we have two heavyweights here in the studio today. We're very excited. Been looking forward to this show. Lee Haney, Mr. Olympia, 8-time. Not just, he didn't stop at 3 or 4 or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to hear about the magic number of 8. And speaking of numbers, 13 years with the Atlanta Falcons, welcoming Reggie Kelly to the studio. So we're very excited. Let's jump into the conversation here. We'll make this, as we mentioned, we don't do interviews. We have conversations. So, gentlemen, a quick intro for Mr. Olympia, Lee Haney. So why 8? I mean, why not 9 or 10 or 3 or 4? I mean,
Rich, I think 8 as far as I could win,
right,
man.
yeah.
You know, when it comes to pushing weight,
Yeah.
day after day,
Right.
year after year, I mean, it comes to a point where, I mean, of course, Reggie can tell you that. When you get banging around as an athlete long enough, I mean, you've had it around 8.
So you're saying Neil and I haven't pushed any weights in our lifetime? Yeah.
No, you guys haven't been traumatized like we have.
Exactly right. Yeah, I think Neil and I have combined less than 8 Mr. Olympias. Yeah, right?
8 reps.
Less.
Maybe,
I mean, maybe 8 reps. Yeah. So very excited. You have an amazing story. There's so much to talk about. I know we want to talk about, obviously, your sports background. You were the president's chairman, the president's council. Which president, and what did that entail? What did that look like?
Well, it was under President Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And we worked along with the Department of Health and Human Services.
Right.
And mandating what health and fitness should look like for the country. You know, where we were talking about how much exercise, what type of food, those type of things. So very exciting time. We're still talking about
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to get people to come around.
And once again, that's a call neither one of us got. Yeah. Right. Nothing personal. Neil's looking at me like, speak for yourself. Yeah. All right. So and then so talk to us about competing on that level, that stage. What question have you not been asked about that era of your life? Yeah.
I tell you what, I've been asked about every question as it relates to that, but the Mr. Olympia title is under a federation called the International Federation of Bodybuilding, which consists of 190 countries.
Wow.
So it's a worldwide sport, probably, I think, around the 3rd or 4th largest sports federation in the world.
Wow.
Which Honor won the Mr. Olympia title 6 years in a row. 7 overall. I came along and won at 8.
Watch out, yeah.
Place in the Guinness World. That's why I had to do 8.
Nice.
8 was the magic number.
There's the answer we're looking for, yeah.
But
so why didn't you run for governor of Georgia? Or, yeah.
Well, you know what? There's not a council for Georgia, you know, which is strange. But you know, most states do have a fitness council.
Yeah. But
I do work a lot here in the state of Georgia, promoting health and fitness, churches, organizations, you know, different events, and so forth.
And next, we're going to delve right into that is the nonprofits you work with and some of your passion, your projects. Let's bring Reggie into the conversation here just for a moment. So, Mr. NFL, 13 years. Wow.
So I get
is that for real?
I get a Mister in front of my name too, huh?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, right. So I'll ask you kind of a similar question. The Bengals and the Falcons. What questions are you tired of asking, or have you not been asked? Yeah.
Well, you always get questions about the upcoming season. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
All right, yeah. And the answer is?
Yeah, my guess is I got to say the Atlanta Falcons and the
good
Cincinnati
answer.
Bengals going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
That's a good answer. Yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
If I don't, it may be a long.
Exactly. Yeah. As the applause quiets out. Yeah. So, and we're going to be talking, I love this, from the gridiron to the cast iron.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us about that process and that segue.
Well, I didn't intentionally, want to really get into the food business. It wasn't anything that I intentionally wanted to do. This was something that really happened organically. Of course, I love to eat, as any athlete does. Right? And I'm a Mississippi boy, homegrown.
Oh, yeah.
So I enjoy good food, good wholesome food as well. And so I'm busy, actively involved in the community. And when I played, I always enjoyed giving back to kids. That's my passion, especially kids who excel academically. And so I threw a couple of football camps in my hometown of Aberdeen to reward the kids. Well, I wanted to fly down some of my teammates as a means to rewarding the kids as well. And after the football camps, you can't have any event in Mississippi without having what? Good food. Good food. Yeah. And so my wife's family and my family cooked for all the volunteers, including my teammates, and they couldn't stop raving about how great the food was. And they said it's hard to find that type of flavor, anywhere else. And so one of my teammates' wives had an idea. She said, hey, why don't you guys start a food line, start a food business? I was a little reserved, didn't really think that was something that I knew much about. But I felt like if anybody else could do it, surely I could do it as well. And so I gathered my family secrets, presented the product line to places like Walmart and Kroger, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's excellent. I love when people get into business around a passion, and certainly there's a lot of people that are passionate about food and obviously football as well. What lessons do you think you learned from your life as a professional NFL player? Now moving into the business world, what lessons did you learn from the NFL that transfer into the business world?
Well, Neil, I tell you, the biggest lesson I learned came from a veteran here, a popular guy who played for the Atlanta Falcons, Terrence Mathis, all-pro receiver. He took me in when I was a rookie. He taught me the importance of being a professional on and off the field. Taught me the importance of handling the media the correct way through good games, through wins, and also through losses. You have to be a professional. One tidbit of advice he gave me is, Reggie, if you do the little things right, the big things will follow. I didn't quite understand that being a rookie. I just wanted to take the field and just dominate any opponent in front of me without using the proper technique, the details that's going to help you succeed. Proper footwork, proper stance, proper hands, hand-eye coordination. Didn't quite understand that as a rookie, but he slowly but surely taught me that, nurtured me to be a pro on and off the field. And that has carried me in every facet, every facet of my life, even segueing from the game of football to food. If I do the little things right, the big things will surely follow.
So talk to us about food. We got some appetizing items right here on our table in our studio. Yeah. So tell us your elevator pitch on your product here. Yeah.
Well, Neil, why don't you take a couple of those products out of the basket,
pass
man?
Around,
pass around.
They're not just on display.
Apple salsa, man, thinking about them.
Yes, pass them around. Yeah.
Yes,
Lee's got his hand on the basket right here.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And Lee, I think you.
Apple butter. I love this, man.
And I think you'll like the nutritional information on the back too, as well. The ingredient list. Everything is clean. Everything is clean, Mr. Olympia.
Very good.
But we have a variety of different products, from a honey apple salsa to honey apple butter to a variety of different barbecue sauces. You can't be from the South without having a barbecue sauce on
exactly,
line, right?
Yeah. They kick you out in the South, yeah.
Seasonings and things of that nature. And we just try to bring down home cooking and put it on the tables of people across America. My grandma, I grew up next door to her growing up. And my family always taught me, baby, when you cook, make sure you do it with love. So I just want to spread some love to households all over the country. Compliments of the Kelly family.
So talk about some of the recipes in here. How did these come about?
Oh, well, these are family recipes. I grew up with these recipes. My wife, she grew up next door to her grandmother as well. We're high school sweethearts.
Oh.
And so we say that again.
Oh, yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, it's as sweet as the sauce. Yeah.
And so we're partners in this business. Everywhere I go, she goes. And, when you have a business where you have your spouse involved, there's some give and take. She wins most of the arguments, And so we've started this business hoping one day to pass it down to our kids.
Nice.
That's very important. Hence, that's the name of the company, Kyvan Foods. My daughter's first name is Kyla.
Okay.
Son's first name is Kaven. Combine the two to come up with Kyvan. So as I go,
what happens when the third kid comes along? Yeah.
We'll have to figure that one out.
Your wife's like,
we had to come up with another business if that's the case.
Exactly, yeah.
But we're just like any parent, we want to leave a lasting legacy behind to our kids. So we're working extremely hard in the day-to-day operations of this particular business, and it's paying really good dividends.
So talk to us about the first product, and then the rollout, the iteration of these other ones, and then where do you see what's kind of next on the short list to scale this?
Yeah, our Kyvan honey apple salsa was the first product that we brought to the food line.
Okay.
It's our staple. We wanted to start this
food
business out with a bang.
Yeah.
And so that product really sets the tone for our particular food line. That's the first product that we introduced to Walmart stores. They fell in love with it. Also to Kroger stores, and they fell in love with. So we are a part of the Georgia Grown Local program here in Georgia.
Nice.
Our honey apple salsa is locally sold on Walmart shelves throughout the Georgia area, and also in the Nature's Market section, which is the healthy organic section of Kroger throughout here in Georgia. And that's pretty much our staple.
Yeah, it's terrific on chicken, burgers, eggs, vegetables,
everything,
and more. Yeah,
everything, Rich. Just say everything, man.
Yeah.
I haven't found a use for it for desserts yet, but if you give me a minute, I may think of something.
And then what's the newest in the line?
The newest line, we've expanded into food service, so now we have some different seasonings, like a dry barbecue rub, savory chicken seasoning, and also a gourmet steak and hamburgers seasoning.
Oh, man, I'm getting hungry, We need to have you on Food and Beverage Radio.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
So, Lee, what do you think here, right? Is he onto something here?
Oh, this is awesome. I'm holding the honey apple butter, and, man, when I carbohydrate load for a competition, this was my favorite.
Yes.
All right.
On waffles, bananas, the whole deal. And I love the fact that he's using natural ingredients here. I mean, molasses, which is high in minerals and so forth. And then, of course, the honey, a natural antibiotic, the brown sugar, which the body will break down a whole lot better. This is fantastic.
Yeah, speaking of sugar, I'm looking at this one, the original product, the honey apple. You think that'd be kind of sweet. Only 3 grams sugar. And I'm kind of obsessed. We'll talk later about sugar. But I was working with a trainer, and they had like 27 moving parts. Let's talk about training now, which is a big part of you spend your day in as well, right? And some of the people you've worked with. So correct me if I'm right or wrong, but I was working with somebody, and they said they had a meal plan for me, 27 different moving parts. I had it up on the refrigerator. It was so complicated. It wasn't like realistic. But the one takeaway is just monitor your sugar content, your sugar level.
Right.
And I'm obsessed with it. Anytime I look at every label I'm looking at, if I'm buying a loaf of bread, something healthy or not healthy, I'll just look at the 2 items. And if it's 9 grams of sugar and this one has 4, I go with the 4, right? And cumulatively over a period of time, I lost 22 pounds just with that one. Because it's sometimes, unless you're really, can juggle a lot of stuff, that's all that I focused on. And it's been 2 or 3 years now. I need to get fit like you. I need to do a lot of other stuff. But just that one takeaway, and I don't look for sugar free, because that's a code for carcinogen, right?
Exactly.
And I'll put sugar in my coffee and everything else, the raw sugar, whatever. But so I'm not like, don't do sugar at all,
right?
But just monitor, obsessed with the amount of sugar. Yeah,
that was very smart. Just being knowledgeable about that in itself makes a huge difference. I always tell people, read labels. Find out, because sugar is carbohydrates,
right? Yeah.
And it creates inflammation in the body.
Okay,
but you want to go towards your natural sugars, like you were mentioning, the raw sugar, or your honey, or your molasses, those kinds of things. Just keep it to a bare minimum. Okay. If you just do that, then you can progress.
So talk to us about fitness and the folks you train. I noticed on your site, I'm a huge fan of Steve Harvey. So let's have him in next time. Can you make that happen?
Well, I'm going to try. It's hard to.
I love that dude, man.
He's all over the place.
He is crazy.
Wow.
But he's. I'm just so impressed by his story, his backstory, what he's been through.
Yeah, incredible.
His challenges that he had, and then and what he's done, and just the people that he inspires.
Yeah, Steve is an incredible person, one of the most incredible people that I've met, period. As relates to his giving heart, and his involvement in creating things positive for the community, mentoring program for boys and girls.
Right.
So him and his wife is doing some great things to help communities all over the United States. Steve's commitment to fitness, because of his schedule being the way it is, if he had not and do not take care of the fitness part, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So the first thing he do in the morning after we train, Steve have his green drink. Then he makes sure that his meals are planned for the rest of the day, because he is his own enterprise. If he breaks, the enterprise breaks.
Right.
And that's the way it is really for all of us who work.
Right, yeah.
We have to take care of ourselves in order to be productive. You tear up your body, you can't work. When you can't work, guess what? Poverty is somewhere around the corner.
Right, yeah. You have to have that stamina. So you mentioned, Steve, the work he does with him and his wife. Talk to us about Haney's Harvest House and that nonprofit. You're mentoring boys now 8 to 17.
Right. We started Haney's Harvest House. When I say we, me and my beautiful wife Shirley, and I was listening to Reggie here how him and his wife worked together. Well, Shirley was my second grade sweetheart.
Oh, watch out! He just topped you. He just went up to you there. No offense, Reggie. Yeah.
Why do you do me like that?
I'm serious, man.
We'll do a little
money ever since second grade, man. So, but
do a little arm wrestling later. Yeah.
We do
security. We need security in the building here. Yeah.
But we do so many things together.
Wow.
We started this program back in 1994 as a way to sort of give kids this atmosphere that we grew up in the country, just humble beginnings. And when kids have the responsibility of feeding a horse, feeding pigs and chickens and all that stuff, it does something to them. So we saw the opportunity to create something positive and to minister to young boys, particularly boys who didn't have fathers present in the home, and helping the mothers. So me and a group of guys started this mentoring program. It's still going on. We do it now at the Rock Church during Forest Park.
Right.
We're also planning these mentoring programs in different places throughout the United States now. So it's going very well. And we've developed it in such a way now that we have ways of promoting and growing it through a fitness games that we started we started several years ago. Mm-hmm. Lee Haney's Physique and Fitness Games. And we're very excited about this. This is a way to help us grow funds for the event. And Steve came on board as my title sponsor, him and his wife. Yep. We also have Mr. Alan Vigil Ford. Right. He's always been there from day one when we started the event. Wow. So, hey, guys, go out and grab a call from Mr. Allen.
Absolutely, a shout out, yeah.
He's a great guy. So we've had a lot of wonderful people involved in helping us do this.
So what does the games look like? I understand that getting kids from a young age and giving them that positive influence in both what you're both talking about here in the nutrition as well as the discipline of exercise. But what does the games look like? Is it like the world's strongest man competition?
Oh, you have a lot of stuff going on.
Checkered boards, is there a chess game? I can get in on that.
Well, we don't have that. It's physical. You're not going to be sitting on this one. So we have the strong man and strong woman. Then we have the arm wrestling. We have powerlifting. We have the kids zone for kids to come out and obstacle course for them. Then we have something for the teenager. And we have an event open to the general population, sort of a fitness challenge where you can just jump right in and do a push-up contest, chin-up competition. Then we have the bodybuilding, the physique, the bikini, classic physique. Name it, we have it there.
You mentioned bikini. Go back to what was the bikini you said?
Yeah. So we have the bikini now. We got those in two different divisions.
You need to open with that, Lee.
We have the exhibit center for the games, the fitness games, and we have the night show. We started 6th for the bikini.
So what are the tickets for that one? Yeah, sign me up for that one. Yeah. The night show. I'm going to try to get somebody in trouble before the end of the show. Here, yeah.
But it's a fun event.
Wow, yeah.
And we're inviting the entire public to come out. It's a 2-day expo. So it'll happen Friday and Saturday. The main event will take place on Saturday, but it's going to be awesome.
And how would people find out and get tickets and so forth?
All they have to do is go to LeeHaneyGames.com.
Okay.
Go to our website. They can pre-register if they want to compete. So athletes are coming from everywhere. We got them coming from Alaska.
Wow.
That's coming down to compete in the show.
Well, yeah.
And kids, from I think 4 to 12, you got to go to the site. There's so much going on there. Mm-hmm. But they can get in free. Then we have breakdance teams. That's happening now. They're going to be competing individually as well as groups, cheerleading. All of this is going to be going on. So we're very excited about this deal.
Yeah, a little bit of everything going on there.
Everything, man.
Talk to me about competition. Obviously, the two of you are very competitive to be able to do what you've done in your life. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about competition and how important it is to strive for something where, and today I used to be a PE teacher, and everybody needs to, there's the emphasis on winning and competing is kind of gone from society.
And I see that quite a bit because now you see a situation where people are saying, well, you did your very best. Just be happy that you did your best. Well, don't be happy that you did your best. Be happy if you win.
Right.
Nothing wrong with winning. That means it pushes our young people to strive to the next level, not to be happy because you just competed. Compete to win every time. That's the way life feels. In order to win, in order to compete, you have to compete to win in order to be successful. Every success story that I've seen has to do with really getting down and with the nitty-gritty of trying to be the very best that you can be. That's how you get there. I mean, and Reggie can say that. I mean, you don't make the NFL by just being lackadaisical,
just showing up.
Average. You can't be average and succeed in this society. So that's something that exercise promotes with kids and should stay that way now. You don't have chin-up bars in schools anymore. You don't have the ropes where you're a PE teacher where you have to climb and touch the ceiling. Well, they don't do that anymore. Why? Because it's too competitive.
Right.
And guess what? That's a wrong message to send to kids.
Well, you don't get to be 8-time Mr. Olympia. Not everybody.
One time, you don't get to be a one-time even. Yeah. So I'm looking at your site. Is this for the event, the Healthy Fit Kitchen?
The Healthy Fit Kitchen is going to be. That's an organization that's working with us and doing food prep.
Well, I'm thinking, Reggie needs to get in on that, right?
Oh yeah, we need to definitely. Connect Reggie to these guys with these awesome sauces and different things that they have.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And I'm looking at the tan. Can I get in on the tan of the hair? The hair? 'Cause I thought it was thin hair at first. Whenever, it's tan and hair. Yeah, get in on that competition. Yeah,
we got all of that going on. So if you come here, you need to be prepped. We got people to do all of that.
So what's next for both of y'all? What's next projects and ventures? Or he's pointing at each other. Yeah. There's a favorite phrase I have that says, "A change is good. You first." Yeah. So Reggie,
after you, Lee.
Reggie letting age go first. I appreciate that.
He did have that nod. He did have that. He didn't say it, but he had that nod, that wink, right?
Yeah. Let the old man speak first.
Because we don't know how long he's going to be around. Yeah.
Hey, one thing that we doing in promoting this. The other thing is we have with the nutrition. We have a nutritional line called Lee Haney Nutrition, which we promote wellness and health through that. We also have an online fitness community. You can go to leehaney.com and get information on training, nutrition, detox programs. We have befores and afters to help motivate you with people who have gone through these different challenges. The whole thing is promoting health, fitness, wellness. Mm-hmm. That's what I do. That's who I am. Then I have an organization called the International Association of Fitness Science that certify people with the right training principles and nutritional principles to help the general population reach their fitness goals. We just talked to an organization where the government in Tanzania want to have our involvement as far as establishing a wellness and fitness program there, because the sport of bodybuilding is starting to grow, but they wanted to grow in the right way and in a positive direction. Right. So the sky's the limit. I look at it, the Lord sent Abraham when he was 76. I'm only 57. I got some time. I'm ready to rock and roll, so I'm keeping myself healthy so I can do those things. Yeah.
No, there's no doubt you didn't, after everything you've done, you have not coasted or just, you're not didn't just.
No, man, you can't. I can't sit around. Listen, I wish I could play golf. I don't have time.
Yeah.
To play golf. Now that's when you sit around and just tapping a ball and you get the sun on.
So that's the one thing maybe we could beat him at, right?
Yeah. You give me a golf.
Put him in trouble. So Reggie, what's next or what's cooking for you next?
Well, this time of year is what we call the grilling season.
And
it's very big for a company like mine that specializes in different seasonings and sauces. So for the most part, what I'll be doing is presenting my line to merchandisers and executives about putting the product either on their shelves or restaurants and hotels using the products in their menu options. I have a couple of events that I have going on right here in Atlanta.
All right.
The first one will be the Atlanta Food Service Expo. It's going to be at the Cobb Galleria, September the 19th to the 20th. I'll be in booth 419B at the Georgia Grown Pavilion. So I'll be presenting it to restaurants and hotels to take my product in. The last one will be the Gourmet Foods International Atlanta Cheese Festival. That'll be September the 30th at the Georgia Freight Depot. That's open to the public. So have an opportunity for one food show to be specifically designed for business with industries with, commercial business. The other one is more so designed for the public. And so you guys can find out more information on that on my website at kyvan82.com.
And you said there's a cheese festival. Did I hear you say that?
Yes. That's with the Gourmet Foods International. Really great distributor here in Atlanta. Do really good business with some of the business here like Kroger and things of that nature. So teaming up with them to do some business.
We had the guys in, I think, last year for the expo, the food service expo.
Yes.
I think these are also the guys that operate the kitchen.
Yes.
And they do like a team building exercise in that kitchen. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't heard about that. I probably won't be involved in it. I'll be on the floor selling.
No, it's not done at maybe the same time, but talk about competition. You might want to get involved in this. It's kind of like that Iron Chef, but it's like for corporations to compete. They have a clock running, and they have to that's team building and see how they work together, different departments competing. But it's all in the commercial food kitchen space. It's the same folks, I think. And
that sounds pretty interesting. Maybe something I can do perhaps. This will be my first time doing the Atlanta Food Service Expo, so perhaps it's something I can consider for next year's event.
Well, how about Shark Tank? There's been a few NFL players that have been on there. Is that in the plans at all? I'm sure the Sharks would love to.
We can call Cuban right now. Whatever.
Lee, what's your thoughts on Shark Tank? I think they tend to take a little bit too much real estate from your company, man. To be honest. But I don't have that much real estate to give up, man.
I'm telling you.
But I'm obsessed.
But that's why they're sharks. That's why they're sharks.
That's why they call it. You get to take, you make it 8.
Exactly. Who's for lunch? I mean, what's for lunch? Yeah. But I am obsessed with that show, whatever, right? And it's very inspiring for entrepreneurs to kind of see and watch both perspectives of these are billionaires and how they kind of think, how quick they can make decisions, but also like and how people, the average person, responds in the studio, but. What I've seen people do, and you could, like we're talking secret here, don't tell anybody, right? But I've seen people where they go on there and talk about, you don't have to take the deal.
Yeah.
But now you're on that show with your product, with your brand.
PR.
Right? The PR is insane. And then they just, it's on CNBC in perpetuity, right?
Yes.
So I can't imagine you not going wrong.
I think it's a win-win situation if you get on the show, just for the simple fact of brand awareness. Brand awareness is key. That's one of the most that's what we spend most of our dollars on, our marketing efforts to get people to notice the brand and to want to try the brand. So that's immediate brand awareness, and you never can go wrong with that.
And if they only take the 10% or something reasonable, and don't deal with Mr. Wonderful, because he wants a royalty on every sauce sold, right? But even if you talk about partnerships, because both of you, I'm sure, have had joint ventures in the past or different enterprises. Our middle name is business, so let's switch gears to pro business. Right. For somebody listening, that's just all these startups that are happening not only in Atlanta but around the country. Right. What are some takeaways that you've observed as a business when you put your business hat on?
Well, having been involved with several vitamin supplement companies, throughout the years, Weeder and, Twin Laboratories, Country Life, I've had a chance to look and observe what these guys do right and what sometimes they do wrong. Of course, Weeder it's all over the world.
Yeah, just dominates.
Incredible with Joe Weeder and just a magnet, a media magnet, too, with his magazines. But what I wanted to do, and I advise people to do when they're setting up a company, is find out, be different. What can you do differently than what's happening out there now?
Right.
So with Lee Haney Nutrition, I said, well, listen, if I can create not only a first-class line of supplements that make sense, that's different. I was the first one from the bodybuilding industry to create a 7-day systemic cleansing and detox program. I've now created what is called the Age Management Pack that includes a list of supplements for age management, resveratrol, ubiquinol, D3, and different supplements that help manage age. Nobody else has did that. So I like to do cutting-edge stuff. Then to have a system of support. See, when you walk into most health food stores, you don't get support. Somebody will sell you something, you walk out. What am I supposed to do with this?
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
it's overwhelming.
That's right.
Yeah.
I created an online community and a library of exercises. I show you how to go shopping. I do all of those things. I do what nobody else is doing. And if it comes from 8-time Mr. Olympia, then guess what? I know what I'm talking about.
I think so, yeah.
And so that is where I am, is finding things that's different, that's unique, and not creating another. Well, I have one of those 2 products.
Yeah.
That bores me.
I love the age management concept or premise.
Yeah, that's where we are. Managing
Let's
age.
get real.
Trying to stay alive,
Time management, age management. Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I came across this from working with different age management doctors because they have the anti-age. No such thing as anti-age.
Right.
You're going to age.
Yeah.
Let's look at managing your age. So we came up with a concept to manage age. And as Reggie he have products here that help do just that. These things are not detrimental to your systems. Mm-hmm. They help, they enhance, and it's not foreign to the body. With these natural nutrients that they have here, that's fantastic.
So if I drink a jar of this sesame garlic barbecue sauce, I'll feel younger? I'll feel something if I drink the whole bottle. Yeah.
I wouldn't say the whole bottle. Even a whole bunch of good stuff, you got to burn it off.
Yeah. Well, like oranges, there's a lot of good fruit, but you don't consume the whole barrel or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
Probably after the show, we're almost out of time, but they said age management about alertness and mind acuity and Alzheimer's. I mean, there's a lot of substances that we can benefit and that are
ubiquinol, D3. These are two that I include in the age management, and they do just that. The clarity of mind and so forth, stabilizing blood pressure, helping to balance sugar level. All of these things, and D3, which we generally get from the sunlight.
Right, yeah.
But guess what? We're indoors now.
Right, yeah.
So a lot of us lack that. Mm-hmm. So it's things like that that can really help manage the age. Yes.
Okay, so Lee Haney said move the studio outdoors next week.
That's right.
Yeah. So Reggie, your thoughts here? Well, in business, what are some business lessons that you've learned the hard way? Some hard knocks, if you will, and some observations for
Well, I've only been in business in the food industry for 5 years, but one thing that I did learn is that you can't be a lone ranger. You can't do this on your own. I've tried to do that my first couple of years, and I found out that I've fallen flat on my face. I had to get some people around me, some people who were knowledgeable, people who've been in the industry far longer than I have. People who had some skins on the wall, so to speak, or skins in the game, who's been there, who's done that, who's made mistakes, and can help me get past those mistakes. People have told me, I'm going to make mistakes anyway in this business. The ones that you can avoid them. Talk to people who've been there, and that's what I've done. I got some people on my team that have had 30-plus years of experience in the food industry. That has helped me tremendously, has really propelled my business from one level to the next level. So I would tell anybody, if you're starting a business, if you're getting a startup or a new entrepreneur, make sure you surround yourself with people who've been there, who've done that, who has tons of years of experience. It would definitely help the transition a lot easier.
Yeah, great point.
Definitely.
All right, gentlemen, I can't believe we're out of time. Let's go another hour, yeah. So we do like to finish with one last thing. What's a good day look like for you in each of your businesses in your lives?
Well, good day. There's a lot of things that go into a good day. My day started with prayer this morning.
Okay.
I asked the good Lord to give me some good sense. It put me around the right people. I'm in good situations.
Yeah.
And then, bam, I hit the office, doing what I need to do. And at the end of the day, I'm satisfied that I've done my very best. I didn't waste time. You can't get time back when you waste it. Yeah. So I just want to make sure there is as much productivity in each minute of my day and with my staff. And the boss that I work with, my wife. And I have my son and my daughter is also in the business, Nice. So Joshua he rebranded everything. Yeah. He's got that degree from the Citadel, and this cat is all over the place. And Olympia from SCAD, she's marketing and all of this stuff. So I got a great team of young adults, but they're still in my pocket.
And one last time, how would folks reach out to you? Yeah,
they can go to leehaney.com. As far as the supplement line, and then all the other information concerning the game that's there. I'd love for as many people to come out to the event, mom, dad, kids, athletes. Just go to leehaneygames.com and get signed up and be there. It's going to be an awesome event, and it's for an awesome cause. Haney's Harvest House, the mentoring program for young boys.
Outstanding. Reggie?
Well, one of my friends told me a couple of years ago, in business, either you learn, you win, or either you learn. You don't win or lose. You win or either you learn. So even sometimes when things don't go quite the way you want them to go, it's not a loss. You can learn from it, become better from it. And I think that anytime you can learn, whether if things go good or bad, it's obviously a good day. And that's how I try to approach every day. There's no losses. There's no I missed that opportunity. Right, yeah. I can make the most of it, become a better man, help somebody else who may experience that same thing that I didn't quite do well, and help them overcome it as well. So either I win or either I learn as well.
I think both of you are great examples of mentors. Lee, I think there's a closing comment here. You've been prompted to cue card here. Yeah.
I want to make sure, as I'm talking about the games, that it's October 28th, 29th.
Okay.
At the Georgia International Convention Center. So we're going to be there.
How many people that you figure attended?
Well, we had over 1,000 last year, 2015. So we're expecting probably 500 to 1,000 more.
Yeah.
Since we're adding different events, it maybe as many as 2,000.
Was Steve involved last year? Steve Harvey? Or?
Steve was shooting, filming. He's all over the place. He was a sponsor last year.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
So he's back again, him and his beautiful wife, Margie. So it's going to be a grand event, and hopefully he can come out and make a personal appearance. We're working on that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, and have him swing by the studio,
Right.
All right. Well, we are actually overtime now, so, we're in OT. So, so we'll see you guys next time on the Georgia Business Radio Show. Rich Casanova, see you next time.